Hello and welcome to a slightly different vlog upload today. A few weeks ago I went to Epic Universe whilst it was still in previews, and I took some vlog content whilst I was there, and I wasn't sure if I was going to share it or not because everyone has been to Epic Universe. There's so many vlogs that you can go and watch about it. I did notice though that there aren't a huge amount of vlogs of people who've been from the UK and taken younger children with them. So we took our 4-year-old with us, which obviously, you know, has an impact on the day that you have at Epic. So I thought it's worth still sharing some of this content. There's going to be nothing groundbreaking here. If you've watched lots of other Epic vlogs, I'm not going to show you anything you haven't seen before, but it will maybe give you an idea of what it's like to go there with a younger person in tow as well. At the start of the day, it was all quite exciting and manic, as you can imagine. So I didn't vlog the very start, queuing up and all that kind of stuff. So I'll start it here, which was us going into the Super Mario portal. And then I'll come back at the end and just tell you everything that I learned. Here we go into Super Nintendo World. One of the only portal that's actually open during hotel guest only hours between 9 and 10. And also the only portal that has an escalator which you have to navigate. So we've got a buggy with us, so we just followed that up. There is a lift if you haven't got one. But it's quite cool to come up through this porthole. Obviously, like going up the drain pipes in Super Mario. That noise just takes me back to being a kid and spending far too much time playing computer games. And you exit into what I believe is Princess Peach's castle. I do have a video games nerd who'll probably correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Here we are. Super Nintendo World. So I have just come off Minecart Madness, which is in Donkey Kong Country. I'm not going to lie, that has been a bit of a nightmare today. So obviously we're here for early park entry because we're staying at a Universal Hotel. That meant that we got in the park an hour earlier than anyone else. All the advice is go to Minecart Madness straight away, first thing, because it's one of really only 2 major rides open, this and Stardust Racers, and this gets huge queues all through the day. So we followed that advice. Unfortunately, it was delayed in opening this morning, so the queue didn't really start moving until about 20 past 10, when it should open at 10. And then whilst we were in the queue, it had 3 technical delays, which again slowed us down. They were delays of about 10-15 minutes each. We used the parent swap option on this rather than the single rider queue, because we thought we'll just wait out the queue together. Whilst we were doing the swap, it then had more downtime as well. So my husband is still waiting. He should be on the ride any time now. But yeah, that whole process has taken us 2.25 hours just to get on that first ride. So yeah, all these sort of advice videos which have been coming out about the previews, I think we're now starting to see them kind of go out the water a little bit as the park's getting busier. It'll be interesting to see how things go. In terms of the ride, was it worth 2.25 hours? Absolutely not. Is it worth getting on whilst you're here? Yeah, you kind of have to. If you come from the UK, you can't come and not go on this coaster. I'm not a coaster nerd, you may not know that much about it. It's a new type of coaster called a boom coaster, so that the track you can see once you're on the ride car is not the real track, it's kind of hidden underneath, which means it can do some cool tricks and make it look like you're leaving the track and you're not. I personally didn't find it a great coaster at all. There was no airtime in it whatsoever. It's really, really short. There's actually some bits in it which are just weird and uncomfortable, where it kind of shakes you from side to side. Didn't get it. There's a couple of like mini launches where you think, oh, I'm gonna have a bit of a launch here, and they just don't go anywhere. Theming wise, it's done really, really well. This is a whole new concept. If you come here, you know you're gonna get on it. Just don't get on it expecting a great coaster experience. So now I'm off it. The wait time has actually come down as well. It's currently saying it's at 80 minutes. So as much as we kind of rushed to get on it first, it actually ended up taking us a lot longer than it would be if we just joined the queue now. We're in technical preview, so you know, nothing's going to be running perfectly. I kind of expect the ride to go down. The last downtime, which it's currently on, which my husband's been caught by, is they're adding more carts onto the ride. So obviously that's good from an operational point of view. They're going to get more riders through, but just not great when you get caught in it, and it does seem to be taking quite a while for them to do that. You cannot fault the theming here though. I mean, this is Universal doing what Universal do. It is very, very cool. This, the bubbly barrel, it's got one of the sort of iconic drink choices on it, which you've probably seen posted all over social, but if you haven't, you can get basically a float with a drink and ice topped with ice cream, and it comes in like a Donkey Kong cup. You get that from there. I don't like the idea of mixing solids with liquids, so that doesn't really appeal to me, but the cup is cool. They do have a single rider queue as well, and that's currently saying at capacity. There did seem to be a lot of people waiting in that single rider queue when I was on it. You'd like to think they'd get quite a few people through as a single rider on a cart with 4 seats, but yeah, I don't know, it didn't seem to be progressing that quickly. This is what I mean about the track that it uses. It's a really cool effect. So when you're sat on it, it looks like you're on that wooden track, which means you can do things like that, kind of float over the water. We've been saying this roller coaster fans for years, haven't we? Wouldn't it be cool if you had a roller coaster that could actually leave the tracks? Well, this is about as close as you're going to get to that. You can just about see under there the actual coaster track, the rail that's underneath. There is a test seat as well, in case you need to check that you can actually fit into the coaster. Always very helpful. So we decided to bin off my husband. He's still waiting in that parent swap queue. Apparently they've been putting cars on, cars off, and God knows what's going on with that. So whilst he's doing that, me and my daughter came to do Yoshi's Adventure, which is suitable for, well, it's very suitable for any age child really, but there is a weird height restriction on it of just around a metre, which she's tall enough for, but I'm not quite sure why they put that height restriction on. It's basically a people mover. It's really slow. You go around, you look out for eggs, and when you spot them, it kind of push a button on your ride car, and it's all very nice and enjoyable. You get a really good view of the whole Super Nintendo world. But yeah, I'm not sure why they put the height restriction on it. It's a bit weird. She enjoyed it though, and there's not loads of rides, to be honest, that she will go on at Epic, and she would go on that one, and it's a complete walk-on. So I think at any point where she wants to do something, we'll just bring her back here and kind of just lap Yoshi's Adventure. This park is genuinely, I say this, it is really visually stunning. Obviously we're not at max capacity at the moment. I think they're letting in less than half the amount of people that they will do obviously in the opening weeks and months where it's totally sold out. So it feels very spacious, very palatial. I don't know how much that'll change when it's at capacity. It feels like there is loads of open areas though. Not a lot of shade, I will say that, but it's very, very pretty. This is the Helios Hotel, their new sort of in-park hotel. We are not staying there at the moment. However, later on this week we are going to do one night there, just as our last night in Orlando. It's a bit extravagant, but we were like, we've come all this way. They've just opened this new hotel. It looks stunning, so we're going to go and have a look at it. So I might pop up some more content about that on the channel. The ride though that made me push the button on coming here for this epic 5-day trip to Orlando is this one. Stardust Races. I am so excited to get on this. I am a roller coaster enthusiast through and through. I mean, the park is stunning here, but show me a good coaster and I'm all over it. And this one has been getting incredible reviews. It looks visually stunning. I can't wait to get on it. I'm really hoping that I might get a ride on it in the dark as well, when apparently it looks even better, but let's go do Stardust Races. Well, the coaster that made me book this trip was worth every single penny. That was just phenomenal. I can't, it's my new number one. There's no question. It's an airtime machine. You are out of your seat, I think, for more than you sat in it on that ride. It's crazy. There's 2 launches, and they kind of give you a semi-launch, and then they like properly launch you up over that first top hat. It's just incredible the way that you're interacting with the other train. It's over you, it's under you. I can't even put into words how I'm feeling right now. That was on the yellow side. I do have to go and do the green side. It's just awesome. If you haven't booked your trip, if you are a roller coaster enthusiast, book the trip. You've got to come and ride this thing. It is absolutely insane. And here we go into the Isle of Berk. These portals are just so cool. And immediately you're just transported somewhere else. It's so clever. What a cool idea those portals were. You can do a meet and greet with Toothless. Obviously very popular. I have heard the queue can be about 60 minutes for that character meet and greet, but he is very, very cool. I don't think we're going to do him today just because the day's getting away with us, but I've heard if you get here early, you maybe use the early ride time to come and get in the queue for it, you can get it done quite quickly, but very, very cute. Yeah, 65 minutes at the moment. It is a long time in the heat. There's not a lot of shade, but yeah, it's one of those, I think if you're really into it, you want to do it. Maybe just try and time your experience. We are now going to go and see The Untamable Dragon, which is a show. We don't often do full sit-down shows in theme parks. We're usually like bombing around, but it's super hot today, and we do have a 4-year-old with us, so I think he's going to really enjoy this, and it means we get to go in the aircon for a little bit, so everyone's a winner. So currently at the time of recording, and I don't know how long this is going to last for, but to ride Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic, which is the only ride in that portal, you have to use a virtual queue, and it is the world's worst system. I have read every hack possible to try and get tickets on the virtual queue. There have been 2 drops. They drop the tickets at 3 times a day, so 11, 3 and 6. We haven't got passes on either of them, and I have literally done every enthusiast trick in the book. You just can't get them. There's just not that many, I think, being released, and now that they've upped the capacity of the number of people in the park, it's just madness trying to get them. They dangle them in front of you, and then when you try and select them, they disappear, and it doesn't matter how many times you refresh it, you can't get them. So I'm not convinced we're going to be getting on that ride, but to be honest, I came out not being convinced we were going to get on that ride, and I'm not a pothead, so I'm not that distraught. Although if you are, I can imagine that would be super, super frustrating for you. Dark Universe. This is a portal a lot of people are very excited about. I've heard this looks really cool at night, but even in the daytime, it's very atmospheric. Sadly, the big ride in here, Monsters Unchained, is delayed at the moment. It's been delayed for quite a while now, actually, a couple of hours, so not sure if it's going to reopen or not. I hope so, because it is one of the things that I really, really want to get on, but technical rehearsals. Just before we came into Dark Universe, I stopped at the bar that was right outside it, and grabbed one of these, which is a mudslide. Why am I hearing no one talk about this? This is absolutely insane. I mean, it was $18. However, I feel like I have $18 worth of alcohol in here quite clearly. It is strong, but it's delicious. Highly recommended. I know that this video isn't going to convey the level of this theming.
Just like towers.
This is like Alton Towers, but fake. I mean, I guess you could just go to Alton Towers, but it wouldn't be the same. But yeah, it is very, very cool. It's just huge. There's a show building in there, but crazy. And then this is the famous Burning Blade Tavern, which no doubt you will have seen all over social media already. Every now and then sets itself on fire, which is pretty cool. I think my husband's jealous of my mudslide and he's now angling for a beer in here. I won't complain about that. Wow, it's dark. I feel like I've walked into a pub in York. I don't want to trip over myself. Yeah, very cool. It's actually a lot darker in here than it's coming across on the video. It is making it look quite bright, but it's not like when you go to a very old school pub in the UK. It's got a smell as well. A certain smell about it. So we are currently on a weather delay. There is a thunderstorm rolling in. It is what happens in Florida. You do kind of have to expect it, but it is a little bit frustrating because it means everything that's outside basically goes down until this risk of a thunderstorm has passed. It's only spitting a little bit, but yeah, they'll just do that. So we are having a little walk around. We don't obviously have a Harry Potter virtual queue. There's one more drop to go on that. I'm not hopeful for that, to be honest, but we thought we'd come and walk through the porthole. Here we go, Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. Now, I am not a Potterhead in any way whatsoever. I've never read the books and I've never seen the films, but this will be impressive. My understanding is, I'm going to get told off by someone who knows about Harry Potter for this, but that this portal is linked to Fantastic Beasts, which is set in France, I believe. I could be wrong. However, this is very French. I love France. I go to France as much as I can, and this is very realistic. Amazing. I'm someone who's been to France quite a lot. I used to holiday there every year when I was a kid, always a good Eurocamp holiday, and this is very typical of France. You could literally be on the streets of France right here. There's a lot of very cool jelly moulds. I don't think you can actually buy them, however, the home economist in me would be very happy if you could. I do like a good jelly mould. Don't think I'd fit it in my suitcase. Yeah, this is done really well. Certainly feels very French. You can get butterbeer crepes here as well if you're a butterbeer fan. That is new in Epic. Apparently quite popular. I actually love this. Obviously, everywhere in America the toilets are called restrooms, but here they are toilets. I'm not sure why they're not toilettes, but yeah, fun. Oh, that's quite cool. You can use your wand. It makes this little creature squirt water at you. I don't have a wand.
I do.
Right, so currently, even though you can't get a virtual queue line, you still can come and see part of the queue, which is pretty impressive. So we are going to just go and do that, even though we won't get on the ride. The fact that they've got all of this queue line like this suggests to me this isn't going to be on a virtual queue forever. But as if by magic, currently experiencing a delay as well. Oh well, we're not trying to ride it, we're just going to come and look at this stuff because this looks cool. Wow! Oh my gosh, what is this?
Okay, this is incredible.
Know nothing about Harry Potter, but this is very impressive. Yes, that is where you would go if you've been successful to get a virtual queue ticket. Not today. All this though, this is just pieces of theming. It's amazing. Impressive, worth going and having a look in there, even if you know nothing about Harry Potter and you don't have a virtual queue line. That piece of theming is amazing. So as long as they keep letting you go in and do that, I would keep going and doing it. We are in what was a very unassuming doorway, and we got ushered in by two members of staff who said there'll be an hour-long queue to get in here once the park opens properly. So we were easily led, but it's very cool. This is Le Goblet Noir. My French hasn't let me down there, has it? And it's a bar. You've got food here as well, kind of slightly bigger than quick service food, and it is very cool. There is a smell in here though, and I think it's the same smell that was in the Burning Blade Tavern. I can't quite put my finger on what it is.
It's probably me.
I don't know what it is. It's really distinctive. But yeah, I just feel like we're in a cosy little French tavern.
It is really bizarre. Yeah, it's lovely. Loads of little rooms as well.
Yeah.
You kind of go through this small facade, and now it opens up, and you wouldn't expect it. So definitely want to find.
They do butterbeer here as well, obviously.
We will be having one.
I don't like butterbeer, but he loves it. And they do frozen butterbeer in here, which is interesting. And obviously you can get wine and beer and stuff like that in here as well. I'm not going to lie, we're mainly in here because there is currently a storm happening and we are hiding. So we took the chance to come and sit in here out of the rain, but do not miss it. Quite hidden. Apparently the food is very good here. I've been told that by a theme park food enthusiast who says this was one of his favourite eats, so worth checking out. Right, the storm has passed, so we're doing the good British thing of joining the end of a queue. It's the end of the queue for Hiccup Swing Gliders. We are back in Isle of Burke. The sun has come out, so we are assuming the queue line is going to open very soon. We don't know, but we're assuming. And this is a family coaster. We're going to use the parent swap on it. Apparently, it's the sleeper attraction of this park and one of the most underrated. That's been told to me by a very experienced coaster enthusiast whose opinion I trust. So let's find out. Just while we are stood in this very British queue, let's just take a moment to admire this piece of theming. Again, I don't think the video is going to do it justice, but it's huge and it really looks like it's towering up over you and going up into the distance. It's very clever. And in there you can get mead if that floats your boat. Just off Hiccup Swing Gliders, and yeah, that is a great family coaster. Couple of launches in there, similar level of intensity to something like Gold Rush at Drayton Manor, so if your kids enjoy that, they'd enjoy this one. Our daughter's big enough to go on it, but she's just a little bit unsure of coasters, and launches I think can be a little bit scary if you've got younger kids, and she's only 4, so she sat that one out on the parent switch. But I really enjoyed it. It's so well themed. It fits perfectly into the area, and I think Mark was right. I think it's a sleeper attraction, although it has had a big queue all day, so not that many people sleeping on it, but definitely doesn't get talked about as much as it maybe should. Sadly, one of the attractions she did really want to go on was Fire Drill. That has been down all day today. This is a splash battle attraction, and as we know, I'm not a massive fan of splash battles. Get rid of battle galleons, nobody likes it, but obviously here in the Florida sunshine, much more tolerable and actually required. But yeah, it hasn't opened today, sadly. The day is running away with us, so we are headed back to Super Nintendo World, and we're gonna go and see what's going on with Bowser, and hopefully Nick's gonna get on Minecart Madness, which he still didn't manage to get on this morning after all those technical delays. It properly went down, so he has got a fast pass now.
Time that my life will not get back.
Yeah, that was a long couple of hours this morning waiting for that ride, but hopefully now we will finally solve that, and I want to get a ride in on the other track of Stardust races before park close. Annoyingly, Monsters Unchained has not reopened either. That's been down most of the day today, and as we're like 2.5 hours away from park close now, I don't know, I'm not sure that's going to reopen, and I think even if it does, it's going to be manic over there. I think you'd have to be very right place, right time. I do keep checking the app because obviously I would really like to get on it, but these things happen, and we are in technical rehearsals, and we all knew that when we bought tickets to come to the preview, so we have to accept that maybe we can't get on everything, but we're not doing too badly. You've probably seen a lot of vlogs of Celestial Park looking very empty. It's definitely picking up now that they've opened the tickets up, although there's still clearly plenty of space. It'll be interesting to see how different that is when the park opens for real, but yeah, compared to the vlogs I've seen, it's definitely a lot busier today. Mario and Luigi are out. Wouldn't be Super Nintendo World without them, really, would it? I've also heard a lot of people saying that there's a lot of steps in this park. I've got to say I haven't found many at all. The only ones I've really found are in Super Nintendo World. Other than that, I think it's pretty flat. There is quite a lot in here though. Is the queue for Bowser's. We're actually in the express lane for this because the show we went to see had some technical problems, so they gave us free express passes, and we decided to use them for this because this has been on massive queue all day. So how exciting! And this queue line though is very cool. Even if it has got a big queue, at least it's an entertaining queue line, and you are in the aircon, so that's always appreciated. Rocket! It is getting dusky. We're going for a dusky ride on Stardust races, hopefully. We need to get on the green train. You have not long come off Minecart Madness there.
Look at this face. Don't do it. Honestly, don't do it. If you come here, spend your time wisely. Don't go on it. It's an awful coaster.
It is not great. Yeah. We can't say don't do it because it's a really it's a new type of coaster, and every coaster nerd is going to want to try it out. But yeah, don't go on it expecting a great coaster experience or even a particularly fun one. You know, it's just a bit like meh.
It's awful. Go to Blackpool, go on Fusion. Better.
Not sure it'd go that far. Hiccup's Wing Gliders is like far superior, and Stardust Racers give me it 1,000,000 times over. So if you are a hotel guest and you have that option in the mornings, left or right,
go right.
Go to Stardust Racers. If you miss Donkey Kong Minecart Madness, it's no big deal. You'll get over it. The Constellation Carousel, very pretty. We went on this earlier, but starts getting darker, you can really see it light up. If you need any excuse to book a ticket to this park, just let it be this. This ride in the daytime is insane. At night, it's out of this world. It is like nothing else I've ever experienced. I have never been out of a roller coaster seat so much in my life. Projected into the sky. Oh my god, this place at night. Something else. I love theme parks at night anyway. I don't know if you like that. For me, if I could spend all night in a theme park, I'd rather do that than spend the day. The all-nighter at a theme park is my idea of heaven. Because they just look so pretty. I could honestly wander around here for hours. Unfortunately, it's only about half an hour till the park closes, which is sad. I do want to go and have a look at Dark Universe whilst it's all lit up like this. I think it'd be very cool to see. There's a very colourful fountain show happening back through that portal, but in Dark Universe you can't hear it or imagine it at all. Oh, this place is very cool at night. I don't know how we managed that. Monsters have been down all day, and literally at the last minute we managed to snag single riders to get on it, and we both got on it. Our little one's asleep in the buggy. She slept through the whole thing. I can't believe we got on it, but thank God we did. What an insane dark ride that is. I have never seen anything like it. I've never seen animatronics like it. I felt like I was in the middle of a movie. There was just so much going on. I'm overwhelmed. I can't believe what I've just experienced today, and it's just all been rounded off there with that ride. If you are thinking about booking the ticket, booking the trip, I would say book the trip. Like, everything hasn't been perfect, and I will do a bit of a catch up. I'll carry on this vlog tomorrow. My camera's really low, so I'll kind of wrap it up. But for a preview event, we've done almost everything. And has it been worth coming over? Yes, it has. So there you go, that is my epic vlog. We had an amazing time there. Actually, we went back for a second day because we enjoyed our first day there so much. So we just booked a second ticket on the Universal app. You can do that at the moment. I know if you have booked a 14-day package through somewhere like attraction tickets, you get 1 day at Epic. It is possible to still book extra days at Epic if you book them directly from Universal through the app. So it is worth doing that if you think you'd like a second day there. I would really recommend a second day there, actually, because it just gives you time to really soak up the park and enjoy it. We had our night there at Helios before we went into the park for that second day. Originally, we planned to just stay at the Helios just to go and see what it was like and not go into the park. But we thought whilst we were there, we would do that second day. And it was really worth it. It's amazing having the direct entrance from Helios. And it wasn't that much more for us to upgrade at the time. I think it was about £150 more. I have seen some costs more recently that the Helios is quite a bit more expensive than that. So it's probably not worth it if it's hugely more expensive. But if it's not too much and you can do a night there, I would recommend it for no other reason than having that access into the park. It's brilliant. We also got upgraded to a park view room, which as a roller coaster enthusiast, as a theme park lover, was just an incredible experience for me. I barely slept a wink all night because I was just mesmerised looking out the window. The lights in Epic stay on all night, and I just couldn't stop looking at the view. It was fantastic. One of the things to talk about is the parent swap at Universal. This isn't just at Epic, this is at all of the Universal parks. You queue up with your child, you queue up all together. As you get to the front, there is a family room where the other parent will go and sit with the kid, and it's air conditioned, there's a TV in there, there's seats in there, often a water fountain, sometimes a toilet, and then once the other parent is ridden, you just swap. So that's quite nice. None of the queues were hugely long while we were there, so it was fine for our 4-year-old to do that. If it was something like a 2-hour queue, I'm not sure how she would have fared in it, especially if it was an outside queue. But they also do single rider, so do keep your eyes open for those. Sometimes it may work out better for you as a family to use the single rider queue rather than all queuing up and using the family rooms at Universal. All in all, we absolutely loved our time there. Obviously, Epic is now open to the public. It had a very quiet opening week, and it's now kind of getting into its groove, and you can see the queues are getting bigger. It's still an amazing park. I could go to that park and ride nothing, maybe just Stardust races, and still have an amazing time there because it's beautiful and it's just a really lovely place to be. If you are going, I hope you have a fantastic trip there. I've got more vlogs on the way. We've just come back from a European trip and we visited Toverland, so that's going to be on the way soon. And we stayed at a European Centre Parks, which is a fantastic option for a family theme park trip. So I'll show you that as well. Obviously, loads more content on the channel as well, including some family theme park vlogs and all my podcast stuff as well. So if you're a theme park fan, I hope you enjoy it. Until next time, though, see you later.